Hey dudes and chicks, and neither if those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Makeup for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today I'm gonna be popping this palette's cherry. Yay! I'm gonna be taking its virginity with these fucking brushes. Yay! So I ordered the little tiny brush set. You can see that the colors that I'm wearing, the evidence is on there. So if you guys are curious to see how I got this look, or if you want to see my final thoughts on this palette, which you already know my final thoughts on this palette, you don't even need to watch. You could just skip this fucking video right now. Or if you want to see me stick these brushes into this palette, or if you sick motherfuckers just like to watch, then hang out. Okay, so I'm all primed with my P. Louise eyeshadow primer in Room 02. I'm gonna go into this green, the Alps, and I'm gonna use this new P. Louise brush. It's the number 198. God, these are fucking cute. That's just pigmented as hey-yo. And I'm just gonna start packing this. Oh my God. This brush is a little bit short. Man, this color of the Alps is so pigmented, it's crazy. And I'm just staying above my crease and going all the way to the inner corner. And I'm just like looking straight ahead, and I'm just making this line exactly to follow the line of my crease. And then just tapping out the outer edge. I like this brush size-wise as far as like the size of the brush, but the size of the handle is like a little bit too much for me. It's a travel set, so while I'm in here, I might as well just go in with this green on my lower lid. Those of you who have been here for a while know that I don't need to test or review any P. Louise palettes. They are like the cream of the crop. It doesn't get any better. I was kind of going to talk about my thoughts on the new makeup releases right now, because a while back, I'll link the video in the cards where I told you guys that I was saving my money to buy a new motorcycle. And so I told you guys I was going to complete the Sweet Shop collection. I was going to buy the Be Perfect Stacey Marie Collab palette, and then I was going to get the P. Louise palette when it dropped. That's all the palettes I was going to buy. So I did buy the Gluttony palette by Lucky Bunny Cosmetics, but like other than that, like it really hasn't been that hard for me to not get any other palettes, because I literally don't even like any of them. I know that sounds a little bit harsh, so that's not exactly true. I'm going to go into the color Rodeo Drive, and I'm going to use this tiny little brush, which could be the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen. It's the P. Louise number 143, and it's just this tiny little brush that like just blends out, right? That's how they do it, my friends. That's how they blend and get that bomb-ass pigment and those tight-ass lines at the old P. Louise Makeup Academy. So anyways, and I know that sounds a bit harsh, but the thing is like, okay, so it's not necessarily true that I don't like any of the palettes that I've seen. It's that I just don't like them enough. And I guess I'm gonna like talk about like some of them. So there's been the Nomad Cosmetics, the Cartagena. Sorry, I had to shut the fuck up there for a second. That brush is so tiny, it's like, what is, oh, this is a little cutie. Oh, you're so cute. It's a fairy brush. I saw it from the reveals that Cartagena palette was gonna be like totally like crazy colorful. And then when they opened it, it was like just some oranges and yellows. And granted, Nomad's like shimmer formula is out of this world. If I was into it, I would spend it. I would spend whatever, because you guys know I buy my shit. You know what I mean? I buy a lot of makeup, and I have a lot of makeup sitting here just like waiting for a review. So honestly, I think that's a big part of it, is that I'm so satisfied with what I have right now. And I still have a lot that I haven't shown you guys that I just am not really that interested in buying any of that. But the other thing is that, you know, I'm not interested in showing you guys anything that I don't want to spend money on. The other thing is, like, I feel like I'm just forcing it. Today I was looking at the new Kaleidos and I was thinking, should I get them? And I just felt like I was just forcing it. So there's the new Kaleidos launch. There's the Glamlight ice cream truck. Okay, I'm gonna go a fucky direction with this, because this is not the look that I planned on doing. The look I planned on doing was actually very similar to the look that I literally just like fucking a half an hour ago watched Annette do. So I decided to do something different, just for the sake of like showing you guys some different colors. I'm going to use this lightest blue around that edge and hope for the best. Man, these shadows. So anyways, yeah, I just felt like I was like forcing it, so I just am not. I'm not going to force it. Like, I would like to have those Kaleidos palettes. I mean, the Glamlight ice cream truck palette, that looked great. But like, is it good enough for me to hit submit payment? I don't know. What are some other ones? Ooh, I really like that Rebel Rouge Labs Halloween release, Howling for You. That's some shit that I would get. And honestly, another thing about it is I feel like the reason why is because these two palettes, like I said, like I seriously, you're gonna have to come out with some fucking Muerte shit. The Muerte color story was like so unusual and different. Just the way that it was put together was like irrefucking-sistible, right? Like, you're gonna have to come out with some shit like that. Or like the Oceanic palette by Ace Beauté. Now that was a color story that was like literally irresistible. There was no not getting that. Like, I would have stolen money or like borrowed money from a friend or like sold my fucking food stamps for half price to get the money to get the Oceanic palette. Like, I would have pulled some fucking scandalous shit to get that. I just feel like I haven't seen anything that has given me that feeling, like the feeling that I got when they released the pictures on Instagram for this palette. I just haven't gotten those same feelings. So I'm waiting to get those feelings to push submit payment, because that's the way I want to feel about a palette when I make a purchase. I don't want to like force myself to purchase something because I don't really feel like purchasing anything. Wow, this just builds and blends and does all the things, and these brushes don't hurt either. Did these just become my new best friend? I swear to God, every single time I do my makeup, whenever I do my blush, and if I do my highlighter before I do my eyeshadow, it never fails no matter what. No matter what color I put on as blush, I always want to put on something different after I get my shadow on. Ooh. And honestly, like I said, with these two palettes, with the Be Perfect and with this palette, I didn't even need to try it. I don't need to watch any reviews. I don't even need to. It's not even a question. I knew this palette was going to be titties. And I'm just bringing that underneath. I'm just using that one brush. It's a brand new brush to me. I'll show you guys what this brush set came in. You know, P. Louise doesn't fuck around when it comes to packaging. So I don't really give a fuck about packaging. But every time P. Louise, I'll tell you how much I love P. Louise packaging. And I'm the kind of girl who hates being duped by packaging. Like, a lot of people, like, I mean, I can appreciate a good package as long as there's something good inside of it. But if I buy something that has a good package and what's inside of it is shit, like garbage, I'm not into that. I am so into P. Louise packaging that when I bought this, then when I saw the suitcase because I got the exclusive link, when I got the link, I just bought the palette and the brush set. And now I wish I would have gotten the lipsticks as well. But when I saw the suitcase later, I almost got online and fucking bought another one just so that I could get that suitcase. That is how much I love P. Louise packaging. They're just a class act. Now, there is one thing. I don't necessarily dig the fact that P. Louise has so many mattes and not any shimmers. But what you guys don't know is I have a whole huge magnetic palette. Like huge, like it's ridiculous. It's enormous. It's like, it's so big that literally, I couldn't keep it in frame if I showed it to you guys. I bought it on accident. I didn't know it was that fucking big. I got it from JD Glow and it was $40 and I thought, God dang, that's pricey. And when it came, I was like, what the fuck? I had no idea what it was because it was so big that I didn't even remember that I had ordered that. And so anyways, I have it like not full, but I have a lot of single shadows in there. Awesome shimmers that I literally don't ever use and have never used yet. I don't mind it that P. Louise shadows come in with so many mattes because I have so many shimmers that I could use with these. It's fucking madness. And then I'm just going back into Worldie. Oh, this is Worldie. And this was the brush number 143. There's only 3, so obviously like this is the bigger blending brush. And I just went into the color Worldie. And then I'm going to use the Jessup 221 and I'm just going to kind of go around and like give that a... Oh man, that looks adorable. So now I'm gonna use my Beely, whatever the fuck this is. Search out my NYX glitter primer that I can never find. So I'm just gonna place this all over the lid. With my Zoeva 232. I'm gonna go into the color Destination. I'm gonna spray it because I kind of overdid it on that. It looks like Uma from The Descendants. I'm just going to take this P. Louise 198 that had the color The Alps in it with no additional product. I'm just going to tap this out even though literally no tapping is necessary. You know what? Why fuck with a good thing? I'm just not even going to do anything here. This just makes me so happy. I bet you anything that color looks good with every fucking color in this palette. I'm gonna go in with my Alter Ego number 7. It's like kind of a bigger pencil brush. And I'm gonna go into the color Global. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run it along my lower lid. Like just along the lash line. This has a really, really black base. I'm going to use that same brush, that same Alter Ego number 7, and I'm going to go into the color Destination, and I'm just going to spray that and put some just on the inner corner. And then I'm going to use this brush right here, the 198, and I'm going to use that to blend out the darker. And then I'm going to take this smaller brush that I used in the color Rodeo Drive, and I'm just going to use that to blend. And then I'm just going to take this biggest blending brush and go. That color Worldie is bomb. You know, for a second there, I thought it was going to be a little too pastel-y. No, it's not. I'm going to use this Jessup 237. I'm going to go into my Be Perfect Cosmetics Get Wet highlighter in the color Skin Sheen. It's that blue one with the gold. I just sprayed it. That's not doing for me what I want. So I'm going to go into my Lime Crime Unicorns highlighter and I'm going to use the color Frolic. I'm just going to use this AOA E132 to kind of blend this out. And I'm going to use that Get Wet Skin Sheen on my brow bone. I'm bringing back the brow bone highlight. I feel like there are many people that don't know the brow bone highlight is gone. We might be the only ones that know. I'm not in love with this inner corner highlight, but there we go. Okay, I just used the color Halo, my Gimme Glow highlighter in Halo, to fix that fucking inner corner highlight. It was driving me fucking crazy. It was driving me crazy. And I'm just gonna use that AOA E132 to get rid of the harsh lines. All those mixed together gave me what I wanted. I wanted something that looked like a little seaweedy, you know what I mean? Since I look like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, yeah, I'm totally satisfied with that. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. Oh, hi. So this is the Manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I use my NYX Slide On Glide On All Day Hard On in the color Glitzy Gold on my waterline. I used my P. Louise highlighter in the color Happily Ever After. This is actually the highlighter that comes in the Love Tapes palette. When I received my Love Tapes palette, my highlighter was just broken just a little tiny bit on the side. It's actually still intact in the palette, but they sent me an extra one, and so I just used that one so I wouldn't have to drag that monster out. It actually matches so perfectly, and P. Louise makes really good highlighters. So I used my Melt Cosmetics matte lipstick in the color Old Fashioned, and I fucking love this color. Like, look at how dirty and cool toned it is. I feel like it really matches that like dingy buried treasure gold that I have on my lids. And then I used my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Slayer. And dude, I love this look. I literally feel like I look like Uma from The Descendants. So like, not necessarily that I look like her, but I feel like her. I feel like her spirit animal right now. So if you guys haven't watched it, you need to watch it. So I need to warn you, it's a musical. So if musicals make you feel uncomfortable, which they do me, but I have a daughter, and so you know what I mean, I'm all about it. And fucking they wear badass outfits on that show. So anyway, I digress. I totally don't even need to go into this palette. It performs so well. I was thinking how I packed on these colors, like packed them on, barely blended them out, and they still just blend out. Honestly, I feel like they blend since I've been sitting here. Like, they blend themselves. Like, they're so great. The fact that there isn't a great shimmer option is the only downside of P. Louise palettes, but it's kind of the way P. Louise palettes are. And so I don't really give a fuck about that because like I stan the fuck out of P. Louise. So like it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. They could do whatever. I actually am going to do a ton of shit with this palette and my other palettes. You guys are going to see a lot out of this from me, and probably a lot more use out of a lot of my palettes, just because I feel like so uninspired by many of the launches and the new releases that are coming out. Like, they're just not really doing it for me. So I'm just going to focus on what I have. I mean, if something comes out that lights me up, then fucking I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? But but like I like want something to light my shit on fire, right? To make me buy it. I want palettes that make me horny, and so when I see a palette that makes me horny, I'm gonna fucking know when I get that warm fucking feeling in my crotch. That is the feeling that I get when I see a palette that I must buy, rather than being like, well, maybe I should buy this because there's nothing really that I want to buy. Like, I'm done with that. I pretty much reached a rock bottom when I bought those fucking ColourPop palettes. That was like a bottom in my fucking makeup addiction. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm. Hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. Thank you so much for watching. You guys could have been anywhere, but you were here spending your precious, valuable time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.